Hi, I'm Kurt Williams from Obscure Colours. I'm going to do a rig rundown for you. Start off with guitar. This is my main guitar. It's a 96 Fender Jagstang. It's all stock, basically. I've changed the knobs to witch hats because I thought they looked better. But yeah, it's really beat up. It's like a 30-year-old almost guitar. Put loads of labels on it. Yeah, it's my main guitar that I use for literally everything. Obscure Colours, anything outside that. I know this guitar at the back of my hand. That and my backup is if I'm not using this, I'm probably using a PRS SE Silver Sky, Dragon Fruit, the pink one. I use a load of other guitars here and there, but those are my two main backups. I'm a single coil guy through and through usually. Yeah, I think that's it for guitars. Those are my two mains. They're both pretty stock, to be honest. I don't really mess with them too much. I have a Jazzmaster that I use sometimes, Squire Classic Vibe, that I've put J Mascis Fender pickups in. Get on to pedals. This is my board. There's a few additions that I haven't added on. So first we've got the Polytune Mini. It's a reliable pedal. I did use the Boss TV3 for a while, but I slimmed it down because I wanted more real estate on the board. For like my bass tone, like my core tone, it's the Jackson Audio Silvertone Twin 12. It's like a preamp pedal. I just use that. That's like my basically always on pedal. If I don't, I have it set to like have a little bit of grit. I'm not like a set and forget it guy. I'm always tweaking, but that one is usually set to like edge of breakup. And then I boost it with the Marshall Blues Breaker reissue. That's always usually set to like gain quite high, just to like get some fizz and boost the Twin 12. And then, not a recent addition, I've been really getting back into my JHS muffletter. I mean, it's got like 6 different big muff circuits on there. I've really been enjoying like the triangle big muff sound, and I've been enjoying using the Russian big muff, like the green one, as an overdrive sound instead of like a fuzz. It's like really woolly. I got that from Dan Auerbach from Black Keys, and I've been really enjoying that, especially pairing it with the Twin 12. After, I usually have 3 overdrive or like fuzz pedals, and then I have a boost pedal at the end usually, which is the Keeley Katana Mini that I just use as like an overall signal boost for like solos and like lead parts and stuff, for when I want to be like really heard and cut through a mix. It has a nice like mid boost in it, so like mid treble boost that really cuts through a mix. And then these are like some pedals. This bottom row are like pedals that I couldn't live without. So I've got the Boss CE2W. Usually I have that set on the CE1 setting, because that's just my that's like my dream chorus tone. My settings on that are actually as they usually would be, but that has like a really nice mid boost in it as well. It has like a signal boost as well, which is really weird. I think that's really only on the CE1 circuit there. I think it's just like a quirk with that circuit. Boss RE202 Space Echo Dream delay pedal. So I was going to get one of the, this is the reissue one, I was going to get one of the older ones, but then they reissued it, and I was like, I can't not get that. I have my delay set up, so I have like slap back, even longer delay, slap back, longer slap back, like a sort of longer delay, like a more pronounced delay. And then for obscure colours, I have a setting where all of the heads are on, and it's just everything turned up full, just for some noise at the end of the set, some chaos. And the last one we got is the Strymon Flynn. Yeah, I can't really. This is like tried and true, best reverb pedal I've ever had. The tremolo is just a bonus, to be honest. All the sounds in it are great. Get some really interesting tones out of it, especially on like the 80s setting. It's like infinite reverb, because it's based off like a rack unit. I love using that mixed with the RH02, just for some like a really ambient stuff. Should we do some sound demos or not? So I'll do some sound demos now. The Twin 12 usually is just set to like an edge and breakup, or like maybe a bit beyond that, and I'll clean up with like touch or volume. Quite dirty, but if for like a song like Blame, I'll clean it up a bit. Cleans up really well. On the Jag Stack, I usually almost exclusively use just the neck single coil. I don't ever really go for the humbucker and the bridge, so that cleans up nicely. It's going to be pretty loud. The Blues Breaker is usually just boosting. You can already hear the fizz. Usually I use like a sound like this for like Black Hole People, that intro. You just need like a really gritty and like, not fizzy as in like 5150 kind of Eddie Van Halen, but like within that kind of realm. The muffletta I've got set as like a kind of it's really dark at the minute, but if you pair it with it, I like pairing like really dark stuff with really like bright stuff, kind of combining the EQ curves, which I find really cool. I usually use the chorus with, I usually just use that with clean stuff. So if I put the Twin 12 on, it's like, this is like what I use for Blame. That would probably be a bit of flatback actually, so if we go, like, probably need my longer delay. My chaos setting, it's emerging to like yeah, that's something I use. It's something I use for like ambient stuff during the set, just wherever I feel like it. There's a couple of newer songs I use that on. I don't think we've played them live yet too much. I definitely use that one for the end of the set, that setting. So I don't use the tremolo that much, to be honest. I do use it to like mess around with certain stuff. I like using it as like a It's like a filter kind of, where it's like really choppy. Yeah, there was a couple of songs. I think we stopped playing them live now as much. There was a couple of songs where I would usually use the tremolo, just like a bap 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 bap, instead of like a really subtle thing. I usually have it just cranked. And the reverb is just reverb, to be honest. I usually just have it set on the 60s mode, quite subtle, with a lot of colour. I don't like dark reverbs, but the 80s setting I usually use is I just crank everything, put the colour on like half, mix and decay on full, and then it's like. Function. You get no reverb tail when you turn it on and off. You turn it back off. Dead silent is the most useful thing in like the middle of a song when you've got like dead stop, you're doing ambient stuff. You throw it underneath, but it just, not having that option without the reverb tail makes it so much easier. Yeah, I think that's it for pedals. Usually, actually, in between the CU2W, that's something I forgot to mention, in between the CU2W and the Space Echo, sometimes I like to put a, I can't remember what it is now, Tone City Angel Wing. It's like a little mini chorus pedal. I have that just set on full everything. Full level, full rate, full depth, just for like a really awful chorus sound, really seasick. That's just like noise and stuff as well. I like using that as an effect just to kind of be like wobbly. Any excuse to create noise or like soundscapes on there. I listened to too much Sonic Youth as a teenager. In terms of amps, I'm a big supporter of the digital modelling amp thing. So I use the Fender Tone Master stuff. I have a Princeton Reverb and the Super Reverb. I switch back and forth on them depending on the gig or the situation. If we're headlining, I'll probably use the Super Reverb just because it's bigger. To my ears, I prefer the Super, but if we're supporting a band like Swim School or something, if we've got less space, I'll use the Princeton just because it's easier to transport. It's easier to fit in small spaces, and it sounds just as good. For recording, I don't use my pedals for overdrive too much though. I have a little Fender Pro Junior, and for overdrive, I stick that in a cupboard full of like coats and pillows and stuff. I put a mic on it, I crank it, and that's my overdrive tone for most of the obscure colour stuff. I still do run into the pedal board, and usually I'll that's more for EQ purposes. I might boost a bit of the gain with like the Twin 12 or the Blues Break, but it's more just for like EQ curve than actual like gain boosting in that sense. Yeah, plectrums, I use the Dunlop Tortex Sharp 1.5mm. Strings, I almost exclusively use Elixir 11 to 49, I think it is. Yeah, I think that's it.